Have you ever looked in the mirror at 70 and thought, what if I went back to bangs? That's exactly the question I asked myself not too long ago. For decades, I avoided them, believing bangs were either too youthful, too high maintenance, or simply a phase I had left behind in my 30s. But one day, curiosity got the better of me. I wondered, could bangs actually be the secret to softening my features, bringing back a sense of vitality, and maybe even shaving a few years off my look? Or would it be a styling disaster that I'd regret instantly? That leap of faith led me to this journey, and today I want to share every part of it with you. Because here's the truth. At 70, the way we present ourselves isn't about chasing trends. It's about choosing what makes us feel radiant, confident, and alive. Hairstyles for women over 60 aren't just about beauty, they're about empowerment. And bangs, though often underestimated, can be either a powerful tool for transformation or a trap that adds years if chosen poorly. So if you've ever questioned whether to bring bangs back into your life, you're not alone. The reason this matters so much is simple. Our hair frames our face, and as we mature, the frame we choose plays an even bigger role. A well-chosen style can highlight your eyes, soften fine lines, and create an instant glow. On the other hand, the wrong cut can cast shadows, harden your features, or feel out of place with your lifestyle. That's why this isn't just a hairstyle experiment. It's a lesson in finding harmony between who we are and how we wish to be seen. And here's the best part. In this video, we're going to explore everything. Why women often fear going back to bangs, what the hidden benefits are, which styles actually flatter a mature face, the mistakes to avoid, and how to care for bangs so they look fresh and effortless. Think of it as your personal guide to deciding whether bangs are your secret weapon or your styling misstep. So stay with me, because by the end, you won't just know if bangs are right for you, you'll also understand how a single choice, as simple as a haircut, can transform not only your look, but also the way you feel about yourself. And with that, let's step into the first part of this journey. The real reason so many women over 60 hesitate when it comes to bangs. The idea of bringing back bangs often stirs up hesitation for women in their 60s and 70s. For many of us, bangs carry memories of school pictures, awkward growing out phases, and countless mornings spent wrestling with a round brush. Somewhere along the way, we told ourselves bangs belonged to the younger version of us, not the confident, mature woman we are today. That belief alone is enough to make us hesitate when the thought of cutting them reappears. Another common fear is the idea that bangs might look too youthful in a way that feels unnatural. Women often worry that trying to hide their age with bangs will backfire, drawing more attention rather than less. After all, one of the most empowering aspects of growing older is embracing authenticity. The last thing anyone wants is to look like they're clinging desperately to their 20s. This fear, though understandable, often overshadows the truth. The right bangs can soften our look, not disguise it, and strike a balance between elegance and vitality. Maintenance is another stumbling block. Bangs demand trims, styling, and sometimes a bit of product to keep them polished. For many women, that extra effort feels overwhelming compared to low-maintenance cuts. There's a worry that bangs might end up looking messy, heavy, or even greasy by midday. No one wants a hairstyle that becomes a daily battle, especially when simplicity and ease have become priorities in this season of life. Then, of course, there's the fear of accentuating the very things we want to downplay. What if bangs make our faces appear shorter? What if they emphasize thinning hair or highlight the lines around our eyes instead of softening them? The uncertainty of what if can feel so heavy that it's easier to avoid bangs altogether than to risk disappointment. Yet here's the key. Most of these fears are rooted not in bangs themselves, but in bad memories of the past or in styles that were never designed with mature women in mind. With today's modern cuts and techniques, bangs can be customized to flatter different face shapes, hair textures, and lifestyles. Instead of being a burden, they can become a graceful enhancement that works with your features, not against them. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next, because once we set aside the fears, we can explore the surprising benefits of bangs and how they might just be the secret to a more youthful, radiant you. When we move past the fears, an entirely new perspective opens up, because bangs, when done right, can be incredibly flattering at 70. One of the biggest hidden benefits is how bangs can instantly soften the appearance of the forehead. Fine lines, wrinkles, and age spots that we might feel self-conscious about are gently concealed, while the focus shifts toward our eyes. Suddenly, the face feels brighter, the gaze more engaging, and the overall impression more youthful without trying too hard. Another advantage is the way bangs bring balance to facial proportions. As we age, skin loses elasticity and our features can appear sharper or more pronounced. A well-cut bang, whether wispy, side-swept, or curtain, creates a natural frame that softens edges and restores harmony. It's a subtle trick of proportion, but it works wonders in making the face look both elegant and approachable. Bangs also add movement and texture, which is essential for mature hair. Many women find their hair becomes thinner or flatter with age, and bangs can bring back the sense of volume and fullness that may have been lost. A fringe adds dimension, drawing attention upward and creating a playful yet polished effect. In fact, hairstylists often recommend bangs as one of the best anti-aging hairstyles for women over 60 for precisely this reason. And let's not underestimate the emotional benefit. Choosing bangs again can feel like reclaiming a part of ourselves we thought we had left behind. It's a small, bold choice that signals, I'm not afraid to try something new, even now. That sense of renewal often radiates beyond the haircut. It inspires confidence in fashion choices, makeup, and even daily attitude. Sometimes the act of choosing bangs is less about the hair and more about the permission it gives us to embrace change joyfully. Of course, bangs aren't a magic fix for everyone, and they require care to work their best. But for many women, the hidden benefits far outweigh the fears. Instead of aging us, bangs can rejuvenate us, reminding us that beauty has no age limit, only endless possibilities. And that brings us to the natural question. If bangs can be so beneficial, which styles truly flatter a mature woman's face? That's exactly what we'll explore next. Now that we've uncovered the hidden benefits of bangs, the next step is figuring out which styles actually work best for women in their 60s and 70s. Not every fringe is created equal, and the right choice can mean the difference between looking refreshed and elegant or feeling weighed down by a style that doesn't suit your features. One of the most universally flattering options is the wispy bang. Light, airy, and softly textured wispy bangs create movement without overwhelming the face. They're particularly helpful for women with fine hair because they add just enough fullness to make the hair appear more voluminous. Even better, they gently cover the forehead without casting heavy shadows, giving your look a fresh, youthful lift. Another stunning choice is the curtain bang. These bangs part softly down the middle and sweep to each side, framing the face in a graceful way. Curtain bangs are especially elegant because they blend seamlessly with the rest of your hair, whether you wear it short, shoulder length, or longer. They're also low maintenance compared to blunt bangs since they grow out beautifully and can be styled to soften cheekbones or elongate the face. For many women over 60, curtain bangs are the perfect balance of modern sophistication and timeless charm. Then there are side-swept bangs, which remain one of the most versatile options. They work well with almost any hair length and have the magical ability to draw attention to the eyes while softening lines around them. Side-swept bangs are also forgiving if you're hesitant about committing fully, since they can easily be tucked behind the ear or blended into layers. They provide flexibility, and that flexibility translates into confidence. What makes all these styles effective is their softness and movement. Heavy, blunt bangs can sometimes overpower mature features, but lighter, textured styles create harmony. By choosing a style that complements your unique face shape and hair texture, bangs become less of a trend and more of a personal signature. Of course, even the most flattering style can lose its charm if we fall into common mistakes. That's why next, we'll talk about the pitfalls women over 60 often face with bangs and how to avoid them so your look stays polished, radiant, and age appropriate. While bangs can be incredibly flattering, they can also work against us if we fall into a few all too common traps. The good news is that most of these mistakes are easy to avoid once you know what to look for. The first mistake is choosing bangs that are too heavy or blunt. Thick, straight across bangs may look chic on younger women, but on a mature face, they often create a harsh line that makes features appear more severe. Instead of softening wrinkles or brightening the eyes, they can cast shadows and highlight fine lines. That's why light, textured bangs, like wispy or side-swept, tend to be much more flattering for women over 60. Another mistake is going too short. Micro bangs or very short fringes can feel edgy, but they rarely flatter a mature face. Instead of opening up your features, they can make the forehead look smaller and draw unwanted attention to lines around the eyes. Longer bangs, which skim the brows or sweep to the side, are far more forgiving and versatile. A third common issue is neglecting upkeep. Bangs need regular trims to stay polished. When they grow out unevenly or lose their shape, they can quickly look messy and add years instead of subtracting them. Many women avoid bangs because they fear constant maintenance, but the truth is, a quick trim every few weeks can keep them looking effortless. Then there's the mistake of ignoring hair texture. For example, women with naturally wavy or curly hair sometimes cut bangs without considering how the curl will affect their shape. Without the right cut and styling products, bangs can puff up, frizz, or separate awkwardly. Working with a stylist who understands your texture is key to getting bangs that cooperate with your natural hair. Finally, some women choose styles that don't align with their lifestyle. If you prefer wash and go hair, high maintenance blunt bangs will only cause frustration. Matching your bangs to your daily routine is just as important as matching them to your face shape. The encouraging news is that every one of these mistakes has a solution, and when you avoid them, bangs can truly transform your look in the best way possible. Now that we've talked about what not to do, let's move into the positive, how to care for bangs so they always look soft, youthful, and polished. If there's one secret to making bangs work beautifully after 60, it's maintenance. The cut may be right, but without the right care, bangs can quickly go from polished and flattering to limp or unruly. Thankfully, keeping them fresh doesn't require hours in front of the mirror. Just a few thoughtful habits can make all the difference. The first and most important step is regular trims. Bangs grow faster than we realize, and once they dip too far past the brows, they can drag the face down and lose their shape. A trim every 3 to 4 weeks keeps them looking sharp yet soft. Many salons even offer quick bang trims between full appointments, making this step simple and affordable. Next, consider the products you use. Heavy creams and oils can weigh bangs down, causing them to separate or look greasy halfway through the day. Instead, lightweight styling products like a volumizing mousse or a texturizing spray will keep bangs lifted and airy. A touch of dry shampoo at the roots is another lifesaver, especially if your forehead tends to make hair oily. This trick refreshes bangs instantly without the need for daily washing. Styling tools also play a role. A small round brush and a quick pass with the blow dryer can give bangs that natural curve and bounce, preventing them from lying flat against the forehead. For women who prefer minimal styling, even a few seconds with a flat brush and warm air can smooth frizz and add polish. Of course, we can't forget hair health overall. Mature hair often becomes drier or more fragile, so a gentle shampoo, hydrating conditioner, and an occasional hair mask help maintain shine and resilience. Healthy hair makes every style, including bangs, look more youthful and vibrant. Finally, caring for bangs means caring for yourself. A fresh haircut or a small change in styling can feel like a daily boost of confidence. The effort you put into your bangs reflects not just in your appearance, but also in the way you carry yourself. When bangs are well cared for, they become less of a chore and more of a signature, your own timeless accent that enhances rather than overwhelms. And that brings us to an even bigger question. Beyond hair itself, what role does confidence and lifestyle play in truly making bangs and any style shine at 70? Let's explore that next. At the end of the day, hair is only part of the story. What truly makes bangs or any hairstyle work is the confidence behind them. You could have the most flattering cut in the world, but if you don't feel good wearing it, that lack of assurance will show. On the other hand, even a simple style can radiate beauty when worn with self-belief. For many women at 70, bangs represent more than a haircut. They symbolize the willingness to try something new, to step away from the familiar, and to embrace a little bit of daring. That spirit alone can breathe fresh energy into your appearance. When you look in the mirror and see yourself taking a bold step, whether it's bangs, a new shade of lipstick, or a different fashion choice, you remind yourself that age is not a limitation. It's a stage of life where reinvention is still possible. Confidence also transforms how others see you. A woman who walks into a room with her head high and a smile on her face looks vibrant regardless of her hairstyle. The bangs simply become an extension of that inner light. They're not there to cover up age, but to frame the confidence that age has given you. And here's something many women forget. Self-care fuels self-assurance. When you take the time to nurture your hair, experiment with new looks, or choose styles that reflect your personality, you're sending yourself a powerful message. You're worth the effort. That mindset is contagious. People notice when you carry yourself with pride, and it makes any style, including bangs, look more intentional and chic. Ultimately, bangs are just hair. They can be trimmed, grown out, or changed again. But the courage to try, the joy of exploring, and the confidence that comes with embracing change, that's what truly makes you radiant. When you align your style with your lifestyle, your look becomes timeless because it reflects who you are, not just how you appear. So, was going back to bangs at 70 a mistake? Absolutely not, because the real beauty lies in choosing what makes you feel alive. Now that we've walked through the fears, the benefits, the styles, and the lifestyle connection, let's bring everything together with one final reflection. So, after this journey, let's return to the original question. Was it a mistake to go back to bangs at 70? The answer, as you've probably gathered, is no. It wasn't a mistake, it was a rediscovery. Bangs are not just about hair, they are about choice, courage, and confidence. They can soften fine lines, brighten your features, and remind you that beauty evolves but never disappears. We've talked about why so many women hesitate to try bangs, the hidden benefits they often overlook, the most flattering styles that suit mature faces, and the common pitfalls to avoid. We explored how to care for bangs so they remain fresh and polished, and finally, how the real magic comes not from the cut itself, but from the confidence you carry with it. Together, these insights create a picture far bigger than a hairstyle. They form a lesson in embracing change gracefully at any age, because here's the truth. At 70, at 60, at 80, or beyond, there are no rules about what you can or cannot do with your look. Style is personal. Hair is personal. And bangs, whether you choose them or not, are simply one of the many ways to express the vibrant, capable, elegant woman you are today. If they make you feel youthful, radiant, and more you, then they are not a mistake. They are a triumph. And perhaps the greatest gift of revisiting bangs is the reminder that it's never too late to reinvent yourself. A small change, whether it's in your hairstyle, your wardrobe, or even your mindset, can spark joy and renewal in ways you never expected. It's not about looking 20 years younger, it's about feeling alive, confident, and proud of the woman you've become. So if you've been sitting on the fence, wondering whether to make the cut, take this as your sign. You are allowed to try something new. You are allowed to experiment. And most importantly, you are allowed to love yourself at every stage of life. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to stay connected. Subscribe to this channel for more conversations about hairstyles for women over 60, timeless beauty tips, and empowering style ideas. Because bangs or no bangs, you deserve to feel confident, radiant, and beautiful. Today, tomorrow, and always.